Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elana and today's video is all about beating depression. So it's not some long-winded videos saying this is how you beat depression, but is kind of 5 things plus one bonus thing that you can do to really battle depression and take a winning move. These last few weeks I haven't been very well. My depression has been really bad. So this is September time when I'm filming this, and I kind of came up with 5/6 things to do each day. And if I did them, I kind of thought I was winning and the rest I could kind of build up from there. But they were like the 6 key things that I wanted to do every day, and I wanted to share them with all of you guys. So if you guys are having a bad period with your mental health, that you could maybe try and do these 6 things to kind of win and, you know, fight that battle with whatever mental health problem that you're going through. The reason why I say 5/6, one of them I think is like a bonus thing, and in some days for me it was a step too far, but when I could do it, it was really good. But this is a kind of shorter video, I think, to be honest, because I don't really want to ramble too much. I want to make it like to the point. And if you are watching this, just so you know, and you are battling with depression or any mental health issues at the moment, and you've stumbled across this and you're like, I want to win, you are like in the right step. You're like, have done so well to take the first step to recognise that you're not very well and that you want to get better. The first really good thing that you can do to help beat your depression is to get dressed. I know pyjamas are comfortable and getting dressed can be such a hassle sometimes. I think I find it really hard because clothes just aren't as comfortable. I think it's a really good step in the right direction, and if you can get dressed, then I think you have really achieved something really big. So well done if you guys have got dressed today. For me, when I'm really low, often getting dressed doesn't happen and I stay all day in my pyjamas and I end up just kind of smelling and just lazing around in bed, and it kind of prevents me from going out because I am in my pyjamas, and that kind of becomes a reason to not go out. So if I have put on my clothes, then it's like motivation, like I can actually leave the house, I can do something productive today. The second thing is to brush your teeth. This is something I'm so bad at doing. That makes me sound like I've got really bad breath. When I'm at university, I'm really like on it with brushing my teeth because I'm like surrounded by people all day, gotta have nice breath. When I'm at home and it's just me on my own, I sometimes forget to do it because I am a bit like, no one's gonna smell my breath apart from my family, and I don't really care about that so much. And so I just don't really do it, and I think it's kind of one of those basic tasks in a day that kind of get you moving and out of bed, and if you can do that, then really well done. The third thing is particularly important in summer and when the weather is nice, to get outside. I think stepping outside when you're feeling low and the sun is shining is such a high boost. I think coming into the winter months, it's going to be harder to get outside when the weather's not so good, but that kind of fresh air and just outside smells and seeing the flowers and the wildlife and nature can be really positive for everyone. And even if it's just going into your back garden and just sitting outside, that's a really good achievement. And just kind of sit outside, guys, for like 5-10 minutes. If you have a pet, play with them outside. Even if it's just reading a book or going on your phone, getting outside can just be really good. So I think that is such a big thing to be able to do if you are combating depression. The next thing is to brush your hair. It kind of gets you looking presentable. As such, you look less like you've rocked out of bed. For me, I'm kind of feel better when I have got myself ready. So I've showered, I've washed my hair, I've brushed it, I've got dressed, I've brushed my teeth. It makes me feel like I'm able to go out. When I haven't brushed my hair and I just tie it up, I don't feel so good in myself. And I think even though these are really small things, it's just getting you out of bed and getting you to do stuff, to do things. And for me, when I have depression and I have my bad bouts, I just don't have the energy to get out of bed and to do things. I'm really exhausted and tired. But I find if I put in those steps to kind of make myself look clean, so I've showered, I've brushed my hair, I've brushed my teeth, I've got dressed, I feel more able to go out and do things. So by doing that step, it gets me on to the next step. But even if you don't go out at all, you've kind of brushed your hair, you've done something with yourself as such. I think talking to people is really vital as well. My mum always says, you know, talk to people on the phone, and I find like people do a lot less phone calls than they used to. At the moment, I have a friend who is also kind of battling depression as well, and we've both been in a similar place, been going through similar feelings and thoughts, and we've been phone calling each other pretty much every day, and it's really helped each other, I think, kind of dealing with our loneliness and low mood, and I'm really grateful for that. And with our friendship, we kind of make each other feel better, and we're very much, if the other one's going through a low moment, like, call the other one, ask for help, we are there for each other. And that's something that I think is really good. So talk to someone else, whether it's online, on the phone, or in person. I think it's really good, and try make it not to be the immediate family that you are living with. Make it someone else, and it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm feeling really low today. It can be something really simple, and even if it's just for 5 minutes, you've talked to someone else. And I think communication is really, really good. Like, as much as I have a lot of social anxiety, I do really feed off other people, and I find that I really do need to talk to them. So I think that's really a good thing to do if you can have the energy to talk to people. This last thing is a bonus thing, and I understand that on some days it's really, really hard to do, but it's really good, I think, if you can do it, and that is to actually get out of the house and not go outside in the back garden, but to leave the front door and go out somewhere. It could just be going to the corner shop, it could be like sitting in the car with your parents going to the dump. And I find when I'm feeling really low, getting out of the house is honestly so incredibly hard. I think this is the key thing that if you can do, you are beating depression, guys. You know, when it comes to depression, it's all about the small things that you can do, and if you can get out of the house, you can do so much. That is like the biggest thing that you can do, and I think the best thing. But we also have to accept that on some days it's just going to be too hard to do, and so that's why I've kind of put it as like a bonus thing. That's a wrap on this video. I really hope that I have worded it well. I've not been offensive or inconsiderate, and if I have, please let me know and I will redo this video. That's something that I really want to get out there. I've tried my hardest with it, but if it's offensive, please let me know, because I still want this video out. I can like redo it and stuff like that. I, you know, think that depression is horrible, and I personally think these days people say, oh, I'm depressed too easily, and it's like I'm just feeling low, when I think actually when you are suffering from, you know, clinical depression, it is really, really tough, and until you've been there, I don't think you realise how tough it is to come out of. And so you guys, the first step is recognising that you're sick, and that's the biggest thing. And I just think these small things, if you can do them on a day-to-day basis, or even if you can just do 2, you are doing so well, and you should all be so incredibly proud of yourselves for doing that. So well done if you are here and you're watching here. You guys can get better. You know, it's ups and downs. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days, but you will get there eventually. And if you're on antidepressants, take your medication, because I haven't, and I got myself in a state about it. So please, please, please take your medication. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you all next week for another video. Goodbye.